Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I want to thank all the speakers that came and joined us this morning, and I think you mentioned the streetcar, so you put in two speakers together and our comments at the moment here, and because I think Ms. Hisney who you initially started referred to, made a number of very on-the-spot questions that are in the minds of Arlingtonians that we must answer. And for example, what future this county will be like? What is the future of this county? I think when we say that long-term planning is the hallmark of Arlington County, I think there is a past tense now that some people are putting was the hallmark of Arlington County. I think that these questions are genuine and real on the part of Arlingtonians of what does it mean to have a master plan? Does it mean anything? Are we going to stick to our policy that we purport, that we took a long, long time to craft and that we want to do in transportation, in housing? I think, Mr. Chairman, that what has happened now is been shown that negative campaigning and being opposed and against denigrating something works. And I think we can make all the pledges of the moment that we want, Mr. Vihstadt, and we can, Ms. Garvey, denigrate all you want and oppose, but the bottom line is a lot of people put a lot of time and work and effort, and millions of dollars in here, as has been said, has been going down the drain. Lots of hard work from staff, and if you forget about the hard-working staff for a moment, plans have been over 15 years in the makings. We have people who expected that we will follow up into that which we had pledged that we were going to do. And we have failed. This government has failed. Citizens who spend times in a multitude of meetings, small meetings, large meetings, medium meetings, large meetings, charrettes, public forums, all wasted because of negative campaigning and lots of misinformation out there in the community. I think we all need to say all the things that we should be said about something this drastic has happened. Okay, let's move to the future. Let's put it in the past. We got to collect ourselves. Let's go forward. Fine, fine. We can make all the statements that we want about that, but it's not enough. It is simply not enough. We have a challenge in this community that we really all are going to collect ourselves and really try to come together and work really in good spirits. Enough denigration that somehow there will be a standalone affordable housing place in public parks is nonsense. That's the kind of negative comment out there that really was repeated by a lot of people. That is not true. It was never the intention, and has never been the of any of this elected officials that I know of this side of the dais. Perhaps others like to say that's political points. So are we heading in a different direction? It's a genuine question. I think it's looks like in the minds of some people that is the case. Are we going to turn our back on transit plans? I think the answer is yes, based on what has happened so far. Our credibility is in really bad shape right now. Talking to our regional partners right now, it's not good. People put their necks out on the line for us, and this kind of government has let them down. As for Mr. Weiner, I share your disappointment that you expressed for the cancellation of a modern streetcar system, not only on the Columbia Pike area, but in Crystal City. You know, there are a lot of vacancies as a result of BRAC, a number of other reductions in federal policies. There are a lot of vacancies here in Arlington. We have to reinvent ourselves and turn into the innovation economy and all those things. And one of the significant elements to have a modern transit system is out the window now. And then as part of that, we also had in the Columbia Pike area a plan that's actually being used by transit-oriented development around the country as a model, because part of having a modern transit system, our plan also called for the protection of 6,200 affordable housing units there. So the question is, that Ms. Hisney asked as well, are we turning them back to diversity? Looks like the answer might be yes as well. And that's what people are thinking right now. I hope that's wrong. But really, we can express all the pledges that we want now. the action that we take is really what matters. And so I will continue to roll up my sleeves and do what we can. Never mind that when this decision to abandon the streetcar was made, $90 million went up in the air. $65 million the state had pledged to provide, to allocate to this project, which would have saved us $25 million in 1 year's time. And that disappeared the moment that to abandon the streetcar decision was made. So, what are we going to do now? Okay, look, we're going to do the hard thing. We're going to do the hard thing, hopefully again, which is rolling up our sleeves, working hard, asking people to help us craft those decisions, asking volunteers to say, look, please analyze this plan. Do you think this is the good thing to do? Which we've done over and over again, but their credibility now is in question, whether that will mean anything. Will people be interested in doing that? So, yeah, we're going to roll up our sleeves because we're not going to engage in the easy part, which is to denigrate, attack, be negative, oppose. We all can do that well any time. The hard part is what we've all been doing all along, which has led us to be one of the best communities in the world. Perhaps some might take for granted at times the high quality of life we enjoy in this community. We were ranked third out of over 2,000 cities. We're counting, but their name was number 3 out of 2,000 cities. So I say there's still room for improvement, but let's not forget that. Let's not take it for granted. It has come because of long-term planning and sticking to those plans that have made it happen. So I hope, Mr. Chairman and or the colleagues, that we are actually serious about rolling up our sleeves and working hard to make transit options in the southern part of the county, just as the northern part of the county benefited from heavy rail and the investment we've made from the Roslyn-Boston corridor. These things are not imaginary, they're real in our community, people are thinking about them, and it's up to us to respond how we're going to deal with it. Good question on the part of citizens. Thank you for your testimony. It's right on, spot on the money. Thank you.